All right, guys, welcome back to another episode. This is XP to Level Up, where I give you the experience that you need to get to the next level in your life, whether that be with fitness, your life in general, or just nonsense that you didn't think you needed to know, but you did. So guys, today I'm going to be talking about the pressure of an only child. And I want to talk about this because I want to see if there are any other only children out there that can relate to this. Because hopefully this will give you some, inspiration or motivation or just overall understanding of what it's like to be an only child. So for me, guys, like I've said in other videos, my family is a wonderful family. The Harwoods come from a great lineage of hard work and sacrifice. Obviously, just like any family, we have our perks. We have our pros and we have our cons. And one of the cons that is in my family is that there's not a lot of money in it, okay? A lot of people in my family do not make a lot of money for themselves. They don't make a lot of money. They don't live a life that's, financially free, okay? Now, does this make them less of people? No. But at the same time, that kind of establishes just kind of where they're at and kind of what their life is like. It doesn't take anything away from them. It doesn't devalue them in any way, but it just kind of shows where their head's at, and that's fine. But for me, guys, being an only child, being the last Harwood in my family, which pretty much what that means is that if I don't have kids, my family name is over. Or, I mean, if my uncles have kids, maybe then, obviously the Harwoods will continue, but they're already at that age, if not past the age of where that's not probably going to happen. So I'm the last Harwood in my family, and so that has always put that kind of like umbrella of pressure over me to want to be great and to want to be something that stands out and makes the family name strong and powerful, right? Even though it already is, because like I said, Harwoods are hard-ass workers and we're all fantastic people and all that good stuff. But I just want to really, in terms of financial freedom and creating a legacy, is what I want to do as a Harwood. I want to create a legacy that if I do have kids one day, that they can live through the Harwood name and flourish, right? That they don't have to, not bust their ass, but they don't have to suffer like I did when I was younger, right? They don't have to suffer like I did. That they're gonna have what they need, they're gonna have what they want, and they're not gonna be worried about their safety, about their shelter, and things like that. The kinds of things that I had to worry about when I was coming up. So what I mean by the pressure of being an only child is just pretty much the fact that I am an only child, that, like I said, gives me this umbrella of pressure that I need to be great. And so because of that, that has been one of my kind of gifts, I feel like, is that pressure. Because I feel like without it, I wouldn't have the mindset that I do today to want to be something great. Because if I had a whole bunch of brothers and sisters, I feel like it would kind of take that pressure off of me, because it's like, okay, like I may be like a black sheep, or I may not be as successful as my other brothers and sisters, but I'll have other brothers and sisters that are, based on just a numerical statistic standpoint, are most likely, at least one of us are going to be successful in something, or whatever the case, and thus we'll be able to make the, family proud, or whatever the case, right? But that's not the case with me. With me, it's just me. I don't have any brothers and sisters. And so because of that, it really kind of puts that make it or break it mindset, to an absolute maximum. Because I know that if I just sit around on my ass and do nothing, that my family name will just kind of go along with it. It'll just kind of be over. And that's not how I want my legacy to be. That's not how I want my family name's legacy to be, where I'm just sitting on my ass and doing nothing and just letting time wash me up. right? I'm not trying to deal with that, guys, and I'm sure that some of you can relate. So being an only child, it's especially going through the things that I've gone through. It's definitely allowed me to, I feel like, grow up faster than the average kid, because I didn't have that much of a family to like baby me. I obviously had my mom that was always babying me and treating me the best that she could. But because of the things that I've gone through, I've been separated from her at times, and being an only child with really no other support, I had to make the decisions that I needed to make to get out of the situations that I was in for myself, right? Like nobody would do it for me. And so I think that that's really kind of helped me with my, drive and my work ethic, because if I didn't grow up at an early age and kind of learn about, what life is and responsibilities and stuff like that, I feel like I probably wouldn't be as ahead of the game mentally that I believe I am being 24 years old compared to an average 24-year-old. And I know this because I know a lot of other 24-year-olds around me that, have big families, have brothers and sisters, and they're not in the same wavelength as me. Now, am I saying that people with siblings and big families are like lesser people? Absolutely not. It's not what I'm saying, and I don't want you to get that that idea from this. But I'm just saying that as an only child, when you have the weight of your family name on your shoulder, right? Pretty much being like, okay, either you make something happen, or you and your family name practically dies with you. That's a tremendous amount of pressure if you allow it to be, right? I mean, because I could also be just a lazy sack of shit and just be like, all right, it's whatever, I don't care, But fortunately, I'm not like that. Especially, the fact that my dad, Leon II, died when I was like 14 or 15 years old. So not only am I an only child, but I've never really had a legitimate male role model in my life to really teach me how to do things. It kind of put even more pressure on me, because I want to be able to make him proud as he's looking down, and know that I got this, to know that what he left behind will be taken care of and won't be just putzed around and fucked about, right? Like, I'm actually going to do something with my life, and hopefully even get to the point where I can provide a safety net for my family. That's honestly my dream, and I hope that I can do that so I can make him proud and make him comfortable up where he is, in the afterlife, of knowing like, hey, like my son's got this, he's taking care of my family, right? So that's pretty much it, guys. I just kind of wanted to speak about what it's like to be in only child. I guess what I will say too is that coming up as an only child as well, I feel like it kind of took away a lot of the competitive edge that I probably could have had if I did have siblings. I think that that's probably part of the reason why I never really cared to be in sports that much. I was never really competitive physically in general with anything. And I think that has a lot to do with the fact that I didn't have any siblings around messing with me, playing with me, or that were in sports and encouraged me to be in sports. I never had anything like that. So I think that's a big part of why I am just not competitive in sports. Besides being competitive with myself in weightlifting and fitness, I'm not really that competitive with like other people outside of that. So I do have plans to kind of get that edge in my life. I plan on trying to take some martial arts and maybe even play some sports down the line. But as of right now, guys, I've just never really been that competitive of a person. And again, I've been raised by a practically single mom most of my life. And so that's kind of taken a lot of that masculinity that I probably could have had if I would have had my dad in my life. that I kind of have to make up for on my own and learn how to form through my own will. So yeah, guys, that is officially gonna wrap this video up. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you got something from this, make sure to like the video. Make sure to comment down below if you can relate or if you have any kind of opinion on it. Make sure to subscribe for new content uploaded as much as I can find the time to make. And turn on that notification bell so you do not miss an upload. But I will see you guys in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching.